Where are all my beginners at? Today, I'm going to talk about being a beginner in the stock market. So, if you're a beginner, leave me a B in the comments, a blood gang B for Steven Jackson. But that's going to be the only gang banging we doing today. We ain't going to do too much. But this is Marathon Capitalist. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you are a beginner, please stay tuned in. If you are not a beginner, please stay tuned in as well and let me know if I'm doing anything wrong or saying anything out of the that I'm going to talk about just getting into the stock market. These were my mistakes that I made, and I wish I had this video so I didn't make these silly ass mistakes when I first got in. But just know, these are not the only mistakes that are you can come across. There are going to be plenty of mistakes, and even still with getting into something like the stock market or any type of market, I feel like even if you hear somebody say the mistakes, you're probably still going to make them same mistakes, but you'll be able to realize when you made that mistake, and you'll figure out how to fix it faster than you would if you didn't know how to do it. Or you might not be discouraged because somebody else done went through that same mistake. But just know, you're gonna have mistakes in anything that you do in life when you're trying something new. But let's get into the first mistake that I made. Was my biggest thing was not having my a plan set in place. So that's gonna lead you to the ultimate failure if you do not have a plan. I just went in there raw, but nobody ever taught me about the stock market, or nobody ever really explained it to me. I was just, going out on a whim, trying things on my own. So it's only inevitable that I would have made a mistake. But I was looking at it like, look, I just want some money. I'm trying to get some money, and it seems like the stock market. Everybody talk about the stock market, and then this happened during the pandemic, so they coming out with all new types of apps, Robinhood, Webull, all these new fancy apps that you could put on your phone easily for us to now invest in. So I said, why not give it a try? And I don't have to do physical labor because I was doing way too much physical labor. F all that physical labor. I'm done doing that. But the first thing I want to say is having that plan. If you don't have a plan as far as when you're gonna get in and when you're gonna get out, those are the two biggest things. Regardless if you're looking for short term or if you're looking for long term, just know to have a plan of when you put your money in, when you're gonna get it out before you get in. Not saying that you still can't lose money just having that plan, but if you do have that plan, you're gonna minimize your losses, and that's really the name of the game in the stock market, is minimizing your losses. And if you have a plan and it's not working, re-strategize your plan. Find a new plan that's gonna work best for you. So that first thing is have a plan when you get in. I didn't. Secondly, let's talk about the second biggest mistake that I was making when I got into the stock market. I just got into any old company. Don't do that. Don't get into just any old company. I can't even remember. I think it was called Synergy. I'm not even in a relationship, so I definitely don't have any synergy with damn near anything. But yeah, just getting into any old company that I saw. What it was is it had some news, and I figured it has some news. It's probably gonna run up. Lo and behold, I put my money in. It ran up for a little bit, and then it came back down, back to not having a plan. Didn't have a plan. Just got into any company. I didn't know anything about the company. I didn't know anything about the stock market. So definitely was a bad mistake. I didn't even get into FANG, which is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, or Google. And FANG T, you can include Tesla in there because Tesla is a beast right now. But I didn't even get into companies such as those. That's just how naive I was to it, and I know somebody else out there is just as naive as I was when on their journey. So don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. Don't really care. It's all a learning experience. Make sure you stay learning. And like I said, don't just get into any company. That's the second mistake that I made. Don't make the same one. Do your own research. Last mistake I'm gonna go over was buying green. So in society, green means go. You had a red light. Are you driving? You see a green light, you zooming through it. You see a red light, you stop it. When you look in the stock market, I'm not saying do the opposite, but in the stock market, green means do not buy unless you've done research, a lot of research on the company, and is more growth for that company. But that's a whole different topic. But if you just now beginning and you see something that's green, the green doesn't mean bad, because that means the company might be or is going up. However, the green is it may have already did its running, so you don't necessarily want to get into that company when it's already running. Doesn't make any sense. Now when it's red, you have to stop. Yes, you have to stop, but you also have to make sure this is a good company that you want to get into, because if it's red, it could be on a downtrend, and what they call that is a falling knife. You could catch a falling knife. So if you catch it while it's red, it could continue to go down. But more so when it's red, that means you could compare it to maybe a Black Friday when it's time to go shopping. Good companies are at a discount when they are red. Remember when I said FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google? If you find some of those in red, these are long-term bangers. So they're going to grow year after year. So buying those in the red are usually gonna work out good for you. So like I said, don't buy green. That is one of the bigger mistakes that I started making. I thought companies were just gonna continue to run up and run up and run up. So I'm buying in the green, buying in the green. No, do not do that. Those are 3 mistakes that I made. I hope you do not make these same mistakes. If you do, make sure you're prepared to have your plan and strategy to make up for your mistake. You all gonna make mistakes. I want you to be good on your investing journey. Please stay tuned into my channel. We're gonna have some more conversations, more beginner conversations. Ride this journey together. I thank y'all and I love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Till the next time, Marathon Capitalist, we out.